Hello everyone, welcome to my Facebook Live. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to pull you guys up over here, let you guys jump on, share the video. Let's see. Just going to share it real quick with the group. I see somebody's here. Hi Diane. Welcome, happy Tuesday. All right, I'm just gonna share it. Maybe. So how was everybody's day today? Did you enjoy the day? It was pretty nice out until it got well, it was in the morning it wasn't so nice, but in the afternoon it turned nicer, I guess. Hi Donna. For some reason I cannot share this video. Let me try it again. Let's try sharing. Well, for whatever reason, it won't share, so anyways, I'm not going to worry about it. I think my regular people are here. So I hope you guys had a good day. Don't mind my hair. I just got out of the shower, so it's a little wet. Hi, Tina. I have a card for you. It's not an interactive 3D card. It's a cute card. I like it, but I had a busy day today. So in my creative, I just was not very creative today. I just could not get in. I was in a funk, I guess. But I think the card turned out cute, but I'm going to do it a little differently. Before we get started on that, thank you guys. You were in the garden, the bugs, and oh yeah, the bugs. I was up north this weekend, probably about 25 miles away, and the black flies were awful. Just on the back of your necks, like those little nits, you know. Ugh, terrible. The bugs can go away. Hi Amy, so glad to see you. Yeah, the bugs were just awful. So before we get started, I wanted to just talk to you guys about the first thing, which is coming up and it's going to be ending soon, is if you join the team, my team, not the team, my team. If you join my team before May 31st, by the end of May 31st, Stampin' Up! Is offering a special for this month. It's $155 worth of products plus $50 in business supplies. So $205 worth of stuff. You get to pick out your $155 worth of stuff and you only pay $99. And there's no shipping with that, no shipping charge. So for 99 bucks, you get $155 worth of stuff. And once you're, hi Patty, once you're on my team, if you feel for some reason it won't work out, you know, for whatever reason, there's no penalties. You can always just leave. There's no penalties at all. Just let your demonstratorship run out. And if you ever wanted to join again, you can join. There's no penalties for, you know, signing up and leaving, I guess. So it's a great opportunity to get a lot of free stuff. But that's only happening till May 31st. Also, the other thing that is happening is hosting a party or a workshop. It is right now through June 14th. If you host a party, once you reach $250, which that can be your own order. If you're spending, you know, if you spend a lot of money and you reach $250, Stampin' Up! Will give you an extra $25 on top of the rewards you will earn. So if you host a party, you can get a special link. I will give it to you. You can give it to all your friends, all your family, whoever you want to give it to. We can do a Facebook party and, you know, I can run that for about a week and, you know, share different things, or I can just give you the link and you can do whatever you want with it. I actually have two parties right now. One reached up to $600, so they got 16% in rewards plus an extra $25. So and thank you Tina, that was Tina's party. She did awesome on it. no work either. It's just, you know, you just give them the link and that's it. And then I have another party going right now. They're up to $425. So that they are at, if they go to 450, which I believe they will get up to 14% off. Plus, at $450, once you reach that, you do get a half off item in the catalog. Anything you want, you can take half off. So it's an awesome time to host a party, to get some free stuff. And like I said, that will be good until June 14th, where you get that extra $25 from Stampin' Up! Once you reach $250. So that's about all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I don't want you guys to miss out on those awesome opportunities. So I'm going to flip you guys down and show you the card that we're going to make. It's, like I said, it's nothing fancy. I didn't do any fun fold or anything like that. Just make sure you guys are on here. Let's see. Can you guys, there's my host code there. So the host code is right there. So that is good through the end of this month. And when you use this host code, you will get a packet in the mail from me of the most current card class. So right now I'm using the Handsomely Suited. And you don't need that stamp set to make the card class. I make the card class simple enough. I give you the dies and stuff, cutouts, to where you could use any of your stamp sets. You don't need the actual stamp set or dies that I'm using, but it does coordinate nice with them. So whenever you make any kind of purchase on my shop and you use this code, you will get whatever current card class I have running. You also, if you do spend $150 or more, you wouldn't use a code. You'll get your own rewards, but you'll get that card class from me. So I run those card classes every 2 weeks. There'll be a different new card class, and it's always pinned to the top of my Facebook page, so you guys can see what I have over there. So this is the card today that I created. You guys are a little. Let me pull you guys up a little bit. It's a little close here. Let's see if I can adjust this. There we go. I think that's better. So this is the card that I created today. And I'm mostly focusing on the Soft Pastels, which are basically the chalks. So I'll show you these. These are new in the catalog. They come in these all these colors here. You get, let me see here, I think they're listed on the box here. You get Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, and Poppy Parade. So these are fun. They're chalks, colored chalks, and I'll show you a couple of different ways you can use them, but I did them here, and I have been playing around with them. They are the most vibrant on the basic black cardstock. They look really, really good on there. They seem to stand out the best. So we're going to go ahead and use the Color and Contour stamp set. I love this stamp set. I've been using it a lot. It's so pretty, and it does have coordinating dies. So you have these awesome layering backgrounds here. And then you have this flower. Let me take these off. You can see it better. This flower here has the die cut. And then this flower here, this is the outline, and that's the inside of it, has the cutout. And then you have this fancy little wavy cutout with the little stitching on there. So it's a pretty awesome little set. And then these stamps are, they've got some pretty cool sayings in here. So I apologize for my dogs barking in the background. That's all they've done today is bark. So I really like this set. It's fun to play with. So let me show you guys how we're going to do that. So let's do our stamping first. So I've got a piece of basic black. This is cut, yeah, the colors aren't the color combo awesome. I love that, but like I said, I'm going to change it up. So the designer series paper that I used in here is the hand penned paper. I've been using a lot of it, so I don't have it to show you guys, but I did show it off at one time. But it is in the catalog on page 131. This is it. It's very gorgeous. It's got some pretty colors in it. It's a soft, they're soft colors, that just very, very pretty paper. So that's what I'm using. I got to order more of that. And then this is going to be, I'm going to cut this out, but I want to stamp it first because I cut this die out first and then I stamp so you guys can see it's crooked. So, but before we do anything, I'm going to show you guys, I have a scrap piece of paper over here. Do I want to do it on that? No, I'm going to do it on the shimmery. I'm going to use Versamark. Nope, not Memento. There it is. I'm going to use the Versamark on this. And I'm just going to take the outline of this stamp. Get my block here. And I'm just going to ink this up right here. This is the shimmery white paper, very pretty. And I want to show you guys, but it needs time to dry. So we're just going to ink this up. Maybe I'll do another one. And I'm going to set that aside so it has time to dry. So I want to show you guys something with the chalks that's kind of cool. Hopefully it works for me. But we're going to take our Versamark ink, and before we go any further, I need my little static bag here. You guys know I love to use these when you do the embossing. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Stampin' Up does not sell these anymore. And yeah, that paper, it's on your list, Tina. I think you have one of everything on your list, right? But those embossing, these are static bags. They're embossing bags. You can find them in the craft stores. You can find them on Amazon. I do not do any of my embossing without one. So I'm going to use this flower here, and I'm going to kind of, there's a, I don't know, there's a leaf here. It kind of looks like a heart. So I'm going to keep that on the one end here, and I'm going to make sure I stamp them all the same. I just like the uniform look. So there's that heart one. I'm going to, like I said, you're going to stamp them close together. And I don't know if I told you guys, but this piece was cut 2 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to bring in this piece, and I'm going to do my stamping of this You're Absolutely Amazing. Donna, you ordered some because I said to. Yes, you're going to love it. I mean, it really does make a difference with the embossing. The flecks of emboss powder that stick, it will stick sometimes too, but 99.9% of the time you can get most of your embossing powder off before it sticks anything. When you don't use the static, it does probably 60% of the time it'll stick. So let me grab a scrap piece of paper. I'm gonna put these on the scrap piece. And I'm going to use the white emboss powder. So you can get 3 embossing powders. There's white, black, and then clear. So I'm just going to sprinkle this on here. tap it off. Then you can give it a little flick. So I'll do the same thing here. And try not to touch it with your fingers, the cardstock, because then you'll leave your oils on there. Then you can see when you take it off where you might need to add some more embossing powder. You can always, or you can also, let me show you guys. So see how I have some little stray pieces here? You can also take a paintbrush and you can just kind of wipe that away if it bugs you. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see how you can wipe that right away. So there's your flowers. So let me go ahead and I want to try to add a little bit more powder on there. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to clean this up. So you don't want to add heat to all that embossing powder. First off, you'll waste it, and second off, what a mess that'll create. Not that I've ever done that. I love the white embossing powder on the black cardstock. It just pops. All right, so I'm going to bring these guys back in. And I'm going to take my heating tool, which will be on setting 2. You want to let it warm up first before you apply it directly on your project. So I'm just going to, it's going to be a little loud. I'm going to let that run for a minute. Just let it heat up. And then I'm just going to apply that to the cardstock. Look at how pretty that is once it heats up. I just love embossing. It's so much fun to emboss. Those are all done. And I'm going to bring in this and just do the sentiment here. And that's it to the embossing. So let's let that cool down. We'll bring in our flowers here and I'll show you guys. So this chalk, you can do several different ways to use this chalk, which I'll show you after I get done with the card, a couple of other different ways to use it. But the best effect for it is directly on your paper, and it is kind of intense when you put it down. This also will, well, I'll show you guys what you have to do with it, because it will leave a residue if you just color it and leave it. But it's really cool because it gives it that nice chalky effect. Chalky? Is that even a word? Chalky? So I'm just going to color all of these while I have this out. And don't worry about staying within the lines. It's fine. I just love this look. The white on the black, like I said, the embossing. I don't know if I do many videos with the white embossing powder. So you can do several ways to take this off. You can use your finger. It will, you know, leave a mark on your finger, but once you wash it with soap and water, it'll come right off. You could use the sponge daubers that we have, these little guys here. I found my favorite way, which left it the brightest and the easiest was just a paper towel. And you can really manipulate the paper towel into, you know, the size you want. And then you just kind of rub over it. And then you're going to see that powder on there. So after we're done, we'll tip this upside down to release that chalk dust there. So then we'll just kind of, so aren't that, isn't that pretty? Aren't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Yeah, Donna, I think you're going to like the chalk. It's so much fun. So then the center, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of scribble in some of the yellow color here. It's not the Mango Melody, it's the Daffodil Delight. Then I'm going to bring my paper towel back in. And then just, so super pretty. So you can go back over it with the blue if you want to make it a little darker. You know, you can play with it. I like that color. I think it's fine. And then this guy here, we're going to cut him out. I'll bring in my my mini Stampin' cut machine, Stampin' Boss machine. Just put these away for now. So in this matching die set, I'm going to use the smallest fancy little die and then the second here. Like I said, I'm going to do this a little bit different. I'm using different paper. So I'm going to bring in the little guy here. And I love this one. It comes in handy if you need to do something quick. If you're going to be doing a lot of cutting, the big stamp cut emboss machine I highly recommend. So I think all of you guys have the Stampin' Boss machine that's on here. Yeah, I think you guys have all had it. So I hope you guys love it. From what you guys have said, you do love it. So I'm just going to put this here. This one's small, but in the bigger one, if you turn this at a diagonal and cut it through, the dies cut out a lot better. So that's just a little trick for you. But of course I can't. This one's a little mini. So I'm just going to center that up, and it's a little crooked. And that's what's nice about stamping first and then cutting out, because then you can get it so it's not crooked. Yes, Amy, the chalk does rub off, and you know, once you set it in, it's not going to come off. It'll come off a little, but once you rub it into that paper, it will come off a little bit. But the embossing part, are you talking about the white there? Let's see. It doesn't come off too easily, so you want to try to stay, if you want that bright white to show, you want to stay in between. But I'm sure and I didn't try it, but I'm sure if you wet this down a little bit and went over the embossing, that would wipe that chalk right off. That's a good question. I'll have to tinker with that later and see. So here's your die cutout. I love this one. It's got all the little holes punched out. So pretty. So what I'm going to do with this card is I'm going to use some vellum. And I'm going to cut out, oh, here it is. That second die, did I cut this too small? Nope, that's perfect. So the second smallest die, I'm going to cut that out with vellum. Let's see. So that's it for the die cutting. So I'm going to set this guy aside. You know what? I think I have a water here. Let's see if I have, you know what, I have my little squirters here, my little misters there. I can't think of their official name, but let me put some on the paper towel and we will see. I'm pretty sure that this will rub right off. Here, let me try it on this one here. No, it kind of, it rubs off the paper, but it stays on the white emboss powder, so it kind of stains it. Well, that's kind of cool. So you can rub this right off the paper if you wanted to. So see how it still stains the embossing powder, so it doesn't come off. Well, that's good to know. Thanks for asking that. All right, so let's bring in, so this is the Bermuda Bay, and it is the typical A2 size. And then I'm using this piece. I thought that was pretty. And then where are my flowers? Where did I put them? Oh, there they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and just glue this to the front with some Stampin' Seal. Where is it? There it is. I put it away. So I'm gonna just use regular Stampin' Seal. I love the back side of this too. I love that paper. It's really pretty. So I'm just gonna layer this on the front. This is cut, oh, what did I cut this? 4 by 5 3/8. So it gives it that little border there that it's on crooked, but it gives it that little border. And then this is gonna go, oh, I like that color together. I like that. So this is just gonna get your Stampin' Seal on here. And I just kind of layered it up towards the top, but gave it a little bit. You know what? I forgot what I did here was, before I put that on this one here, I trimmed it down. So I took off some of that black. Now it's gonna stick to my, so all I did was went in and just kind of trimmed real close. I mean, you don't have to do that, but it's stuck to my trimmer there. But I liked it. I liked it where it was mostly the flowers and the black cardstock. You know, there was less black cardstock on there. And so when I cut it at the 2, it gives you enough room to do your stamping. And then if you wanted to trim some off, you could. So there's that. And then I thought I would take this piece and then layer this on here. But I don't like that now. So I'm just going to save that for another project. And I'm going to go ahead and just put this on like I did this first one. So there's the 2 of them. And then let me put this piece in the inside. This is just very vanilla. So that's it to the card. I just, you know, I changed that one up. I don't know which one I like better. Which ones do you guys like better? Yeah, I don't know which one I like better. So let's see. Yeah, the colors go great together. So those are the cards. So let me bring in, oh, and on this one, I don't know if you guys can see the specs there. That's in here. I just took Smoky Slate and I stamped it off once and then stamped it on there to give it that little speckle back there. And then, of course, this one has those flowers, so you don't need that. But let me show you guys. So here's this piece that was used the Versamark on. So let me bring in a piece of one of the chalks. We'll do the Gorgeous Grape. And when you color over it, you can see that flower popping out. So then, where's my paper towel? Now, when they did it on the video, the flower really popped when they rubbed it, but I don't know. Oh yeah, look at that. That's kind of cool, isn't it? So see how that flower really popped? Let's do this one over here. But you have to make sure the Versamark ink is dry before you do it, because I did it when I was experimenting and it wasn't dry and it did not do that. That's really neat how it did that. That's really cool. So you can see. So that would be neat on a card if you stamped a couple of these in Versamark and then did the chalk over the top of them. So that's one way you could do it that way. Also with these, you can, let me show you a couple of examples I did. So that's the one we did with the same way. And then this one I don't like at all. I used the white pigment ink to stamp the flower. And then I took the chalk and I did, so I got a block. Blocks are wonderful. You can do this a couple of different ways. Let me see if I can find my razor blade here. Of course, I can't find it. But you can scrape. Oh, there it is. So you can take an X-Acto knife or whatever, and you can kind of scrape off some of the chalk dust. And that's what I did here. I scraped off some of this. I added some water to it, made it into like a paste almost. And then I used this stamp and I picked it up and put it on here like that. But I don't like that. I don't like the way that turned out. But that's another way you could do it. You could stamp with it. Oh, and then this one here I did, that's the white pigment ink. I definitely like the Emboss better. It just stands out more. But the white pigment ink on the basic black does give it that chalk look. So that's what this is. That's the white pigment ink. And then I just did the normal coloring. And then this one, I didn't use the chalks. This is the gold leafing. I use the heat stick stuff that you need to use. So I stamped it in Versamark, and then I used the heat stick, which comes in a bottle like this, or a little jar like this, and you sprinkle it over it. It's just like the embossing powder, and then you put the heating tool on it. You don't put it on too long. Just, you can see it starting to, you know, turn into what it's supposed to do, and then you just take that off, and then you rub the gold leafing on. So that's with the gold leafing. And I'll have to do a video or something on the gold leafing. I think you guys, I did show you guys the gold leafing when it first came out a while back. And then, so you can take this, you can use your water painters, and you can pick up some of the color in here. I can get it. So you can drip some water in, pick up some of this chalk, and you can paint with it. So that would be pretty on a flower. You can use it to paint with like that. What else can you do with it? I think that's, you can color with it. You can use the Stampin Blends. Let me bring those in. So here's the Stampin Blends. You can pick some up with the Stampin Blends, and you can color with it. So see the intensity, you get a different look with it. So many different ways that you can use these. So I really like them. They're a lot of fun, and they give you some great colors in here, and they don't cost a fortune. So I just wanted to mostly highlight those guys. So, and the Stampin' Blocks are awesome because I use them on everything. But remember, when you're done, when you color with them, you have to shake them off and get that powder off. And it will come off slightly, but it's not going to come completely off once you rub it in there. So I've created a mess. Let me pull you guys up here. Let me see. So I hope you guys liked that. Let's see if I can get you guys. There we go. So I hope you guys liked that video. I like the chalks. I've been playing with them a little bit, and they're kind of fun. They're kind of fun to play with. So I think that's it. So thank you guys again for getting on here on Tuesday and joining me. And I will talk to you guys next week. And I don't know what I'm going to do next week, but I will see you guys later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.